She will always be single. My name is Naomi, and you're watching my channel, Saint to Siren. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because it's time to win. Now, on that documentary, The Death and Life of Lamar Odom, I want you to see that docu-series on Netflix as nothing but what it looks like to be siphoned when you don't say no and let go the first time. I also want you to see that as the reason why Khloe Kardashian cannot find a man that cares for her, that is positive for her, is because she does not want to find that man. I also want you to see it as she likes men that don't like her because she doesn't like her. Let me tell you, we are in a simulation. We are in the matrix. We are. And we communicate with this simulation, with this matrix, with this universe through our actions. There's three types of languages: telepathy, actions or your movements, and then there's language. And the best type, in my opinion, the best type of communication is through your actions, because that shows what you're really serious about. That is a guaranteed source to communicate, to say, I want this, or to reject, I don't want this. And when you have to realize, anytime someone in your life, whether it's your mom, your girlfriend, cousin, whoever, your best friend, and they're in a woe is me state, and they keep attracting the same people with different faces, different people with the same spirit, it's because they like it. Be slow to give sympathy or empathy when people are on a hamster wheel of coming into the same situations. You have to understand that that's what they want. That's what they like, because they haven't rejected it. Now, in the docuseries, you can see that she is always being siphoned. She likes being a martyr. She likes being there to pick up the pieces. No matter how much she says, woe is me, she likes it, and she keeps asking for more. That's what you have to realize and examine in your own life. There's a type of man that you keep coming across, but you really don't like to have around you. It's because you keep accepting them in. You keep communicating, this is what I want more of. Until Khloe cuts off Lamar, not doing a docu-series, not having him around her, until she cuts off Tristan, not taking care of his disabled brother, which I know that sounds harsh, but you are extending yourself for people who do not extend themselves for you, who do not like you. When you stop doing more than, when you literally say, cut them out of your life, you're going to attract more of that. You're going to attract more of what you don't want, because in actuality, you want it. There's something in there that you like about it. The definition of insanity is to do the same actions but expecting a different result. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Let's get more metaphysical, more energetic, okay? Like I said, there's three languages: telepathy, through your actions, movements, and then through your words. The way I like to communicate with the matrix, with the simulation, using my words, is I do like to tell people what I want to happen or how I feel about myself. But I don't tell it to anybody. I tell it to men who like me that have not been inside me, because it will resonate more. We all are a part of a neural network cerebrally. We're all interconnected. If you don't believe me, I know you've had this instance where someone has finished your sentence, where you knew what your best friend was thinking at the time that it happened. We are all connected. And in a sense, in the simulation, it's through our neural connection. So when I want to accomplish a goal, I say it to a man who likes me but has not bedded me yet, or who wants to bed me and know that they cannot, because it resonates more within their mind. They'll hold on to it more. Tangent, real quick. Let me digress real quick. The best friend a woman can have is a man that wants to be intimate with her, but no, he cannot. I'll give you some quick game of mine. Those are the best people to surround yourself with. Those type of men will protect you. Those type of men will think of you. Those type of men are the most kindest, gracious, forward thinking, appreciative type of people for a woman to have in her life. I've had some of the best relationships with men who knew they could not bed me. I have been protected. They have, I have been paid for. That sounds wrong, but they've paid for stuff and I haven't had to give them anything. They knew they weren't going to get anything from me. And they were comfortable with that, and yet and still they wanted to still be in my orbit. Those are the best men to keep around you. You can tell them about your man problems and they will list off what it is, read it for you, dissect all up and through. Get you friends like that. Instead of being intimate with a man that, especially the ones that you like, because they're going to feel that energy, right? They're going to feel that lust. But if you're like, no, 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 they'll be like, yes, yes, yes. And it will just turn into a different type of relationship, a friendship, a camaraderie. Now, getting back on point, those are the men that I whisper, I yell, I communicate my wishes and manifestations to. They believe me. They hold on to it. It is nourished in their minds, in their subconscious, back here. You always want to hit right back here. It is best through my behavior experiments. It is best done in a closed environment, like at school or at work. When those men show you that they have an interest in you, those are the best men to activate for your manifestations because they have a positive thing for you. Don't tell your best friend that is a woman. Don't tell your best friend. Don't tell your competitive mom who's in competition with you for some immature reason. Don't tell women. I don't tell women. I tell men who haven't bedded me yet. It is the best type of manifestation source that you can do. I tell them, and the way I do it, which if you look, my favorite video that I've ever done in my whole life, you look through my past videos, my Rubi Rose video. And I talk about how she uses resistance in her speech to attract and magnetize men towards her. Okay, I'm going to link it at the end of the video, or I'll link it down in the description too if you just want to cut to that. But in the way that I communicate, and it's also in the way that you communicate, which gets them excited, right? This may be, okay, I have a lot of male admirers at my work, all right? And my number one rule, which I have never broken, I stay staunch on this. All my other rules, I am quite flexible. But this number one rule, I never break. And that is to fraternize with my male coworkers in a intimate way. Absolutely not. No. What was I getting back to? But the way that you communicate with them isn't a flirting, isn't a resistance style. So that's why I want to point to my video Rubi Rose, because that's the way she talks. She talks like that all the time in resistance, especially with males, and possibly in resistance, but in a more aggressive or passive aggressive way with females. So the things I would say, so I know they like me, right? I had this one exchange with a male coworker who likes me, but will never have me. He's like, he was like, oh, are you like a relief today? And I said, no, I'm HBIC today, right? And when I say that, of course, I didn't say it as an acronym. I said it as a real word for word. to provide aggressiveness to my manifestation. But what I'm really saying is, yes, I'm talking to him, but what I'm really telling the universe is I'm in charge. I always am in charge. I am the best. It doesn't matter if someone feels like they can step on me. I am stepping over them every single time. Okay. And then he says, oh, you still like to be chased? And I say, no, baby, I am to be worshipped. Do you do you see how like powerful that is, and just the feeling? Yes, I'm responding to him, but I'm really responding to the universe inside his head that is interconnected. That's gonna um that's gonna just stir and like manifest like within his mind, and it will resonate more. That's what I'm trying to say. It'll resonate more in his body, in the back of his mind. All right. I have this other coworker. He's God Lord, he's inappropriate, but he's hilarious. Everybody knows, like, he's just, everyone accepts him for who he is. Okay, let me tell you that. But he low key right now, and I've actually, he's actually a really good male friend. I've known him since high school. So when we found out we were like working at the same place, it's not been nothing but shits and giggles all day, right? So I will more poignantly um tell him I'm sorry, I gotta get a bit X-rated, but you can go as far as you want to with this. I kind of tell him, I'm like, as I walk by him, right? I'd be like, everybody wants this pussy. No one can have it. And he just goes nuts, right? I sorry. When if it's at work or school, be sure you know who you're talking to, because you don't want to get a harassment. But trust me, men who like you, who know who can have you, it's fine. Okay, that's why I say speak your manifestations to them in a flirty way, because it pinpoints and targets it every time. You can boost yourself up with it. You can talk down to them with it. They love it. Dare I say, need it. Okay. But this is one of the manifestation styles that I use. Yes, I speak my goals into existence, but you have to be careful to who you speak it to. Okay. I don't speak it to other women because of the evil eye of the jealousy. And I don't really speak it to men who I have allowed intimacy with, because men, they can be jealous. They may want to step on you, even though you know you'll step over them every time. I only speak it to men who want to bed me, because they are the kindest people. They are the most thoughtful people in my experience. They look out for me. The friend I was telling you about, where I walked by him and was like, everybody wants this, but because he knows. Um, he runs interference for me. There have been other men at work, like they see me and him together. They think we're together, but we're not. We're just literally going out to the cafeteria to eat lunch and talk ish. But they'll go to him and they'll be like, "Hey, is that your girl?" He'd be like, "Nah, no, that's my friend from high school." And be like, "Oh, do you?" They'd be like, "Oh, do you? Is she interested? Is she talking to somebody?" And he'll run interference. He'll be like, "Oh, nah, bro. Like, nah, she not. She's too good for you, bro. You know what?" He'll run that for me. So again, as a protection, if that's how I'm trying to explain it to you, he'll run interference for me. He'll block for me, because he knows that's my number one rule. And I've already told him, I was like, "Hey, bro, any man who ever come up to me, whoever like ask you for intel, let him down, and let him down hard." Okay. So when it comes to how I say my manifestations, who it's important to like who I say it to, just because of how it will resonate, and um how those men think of me in their mind. And of course, I say my affirmations and my manifestations to myself in the mirror while I'm looking in it. I do my beauty magic. Also, that's a part of beauty magic. When a man who wants to be with you, but they can't have you, you actually aura farm. So at work, I'm aura farming. Please don't laugh at me. I'm serious. I have It's gotten so good. I've gotten so the heat is hot, honey, because I've even pulled a person of higher rank towards me. Now I have worked with this man um for 4 years, and it's been straight professional. But one time we was in the elevator, and he literally introduced himself and shook my hand and said, kind of wanted to establish a more intimate communication. And I told my homeboy about this, the one that let's give him a name, um, Marco, the one that I went to school with. I was like, Marco, I've pulled even more. Like, the aura pharma is growing because I pulled the top exec. I pulled the top. I'm not an executive, but I pulled someone of higher ranking above me. And we've been seeing each other for the past 4 years. Ain't none type of vibe like that has happened. I was like, the aura is growing. The more you reject men's intimacy advances, the more your aura grows, Siren. I swear. If you can do it in an enclosed space, like school, like work, a club, whatever, the more you say no, 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 the bigger your aura grows. I'll even tell you this. Even women like it. Story time. I met up with a male friend who wanted to be intimate with me but couldn't, but he was my guy. We hung out with his group or associates or whatever, and there were females about it. And honestly, when it comes to females, I'm very choosy around because I just experienced a lot of evil eye and hate. So I was very cool, but we all went out to the club. Everyone's having a good time. Kind of towards the end of the club session, these two guys came up to me and said, like, do you want to dance? I wasn't interested at all. I'm here to hang out with my guy, like, and his friends and whoever who got the bottle. I'm here, chill. But I said no, in a very public way. I was like, oh no, I'm good. Everybody started to like me after that. Not that they had a problem with me before, but they were very resistant or standoffish. But the girls all of a sudden were flirting with me, and everyone just loved me and like it. Let me tell you, at that point I was like, you know, I love observing behavior. I'm an avid, may I say, savant at it. If you're in a group dynamic and you're new to the group, right? And you are attractive, pretty, whatever, there's something about you that is standing out. And if someone a male, whoever comes up to you, try to get at you, say no, and you will gain the approval of the group. Wild stuff, I know, but it is true. People do not like people that have a sense of attractiveness about them because of the power they have. So if you, in turn, deny advances, it makes everyone else feel comfortable and you will be accepted, even by the women, and they'll even want to lick you. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's a crazy phenomenon. And I was definitely eating this up as it was happening. I was like, okay. You do this to maintain power, to get a high position. Trust me, when a lot of people favor you, it boosts you up. And when women know that you are denying, especially if they're fine men, you are denying fine men's advantages, they'll see you as a friend, they'll see you as someone safe, and you'll be able to maneuver into different rooms and sections and friendships that way. It works. I've experienced it. That's the story, okay? Let's go a bit deeper. Nobody likes anything for free. I know that's like said a lot, right? But no one likes anything for free. So in the scenario I just talked to you about with the club, no one likes it when you just accept, yes, let's go dance, or let's buy me a drink. Like, no one likes it. The people around you, they don't like it because they feel like they can't have it. But if you provide resistance, now everybody else is... The hate is deep. The hate is deep, but you can use it in your favor. Social dynamics are a way to manifest. Learning social dynamics, you're learning energy and how to use it in your favor, or how to recognize when it's being siphoned, can really put you in the best places, because if you can look at each person as an access point, if you look at each person as a point of access to further you into rooms you don't even know you want success in yet, just through your behavior, through your conscious choice of actions, you will get far, and you don't need money to do it. As women, as sirens, we have a lot of power about us. And don't be pretty. Use it for your advantage. Don't be blind about it. Don't be low about it. You don't have to be arrogant about it either. You just have to learn how to use it for your advantage. Aura farm off of men that like you. It builds up lore. It actually siphons beauty towards you, because let me tell you, each man at work talks about all the women they want to dive into, but you are so much attractive when they can't dive into you.